beloved Swamiji, I am the CEO of a startup company. I am playing in a highly competitive business environment, but I am highly inspired personally by your teachings. I would like to live and radiate enlightenment in corporate life as well. In this respect, I would like to ask you, how do we focus an entire organization on a higher purpose and embed such virtues as generosity, selflessness into everyday interactions, evolutions, and reward systems? Mark, first thing, knowing fear and greed is neither wrong nor right. Please understand, the purpose of life is expansion. Purpose of life is being a high achiever. Self-actualization leads to self-realization. For self-actualization, you may need to use fear and greed. But for self-realization, you need to drop fear and greed. Here, when you know, the moment you actualize yourself, you are going to realize yourself also. The moment you use the fear and greed, you are going to drop it also. You will not be bound by it. In every relationship, in every decision making, in every interaction, in every evolution, remember this one thing. If somebody is able to come to his peak only by fear or greed, use that. I tell you, even if you feel you are not able to do the peak performance, high achiever, without dangling fear and greed in front of your own eyes, dangle it. Till certain level, human beings cannot run without fear and greed. Till that level, use fear and greed, dangle the carrot of fear and greed, run and make people run using fear and greed, nothing wrong. But know it very clearly, once you are able to be in peak performance as a high achiever without the fear and greed, drop it. Now you are free from fear and greed, but you are expected to be continuously be a high achiever. Being a high achiever constantly is the goal, is the life, is the purpose. In the beginning, you may need to do using fear and greed on you and on others. Whether you or others have to be high achievers. If you are not able to be a high achiever, still only fear and greed makes you as a high achiever in the initial level, don't worry, use it. At one time you may become free from food and thirst, but now you may need food and water. Use. At one time you may be free from fear and greed, but now you need it for the peak performance. Use it, it's okay. But know very clearly, at one day you need to be liberated from it. When you are able to be constantly a high achiever without fear and greed, you are enlightened. When you are able to lead a group of people being a high achiever without fear and greed, you have created a sangha. The way you did this from one person to a group of people is dharma. That's all. If you achieved the state of living in a peak performance, high achiever, without fear and greed to fuel you, you are a Buddha. And if you create a group of people who are high achievers in peak performance, without the fear and greed, you created Sangha. And the way you created the Sangha is Dharma. Every successful company, Fortune 500 company, has a core Sangha. Whether you know it or not, at certain level, the Sangha has evolved, at least 10 people. have actualized themselves and helped the other person to actualize them. Unless, otherwise, at least few people evolve to the level of a Sangha, no successful venture is possible. Mark, your organization should evolve at least one Sangha, as I am saying. The higher purpose, selflessness, all this happens only when you are a peak high achiever. When there is a peak performance. Till you be a high achiever, all these words have no meaning. Just have no meaning. They don't have any meaning. Till then, all interactions, evolutions, evaluations, rewards, everything is just a word. So I tell you, first be a high achiever, even if you have to use fear and greed on you and on others. Then learn how to be in the peak performance, how to be a high achiever without using fear and greed as a constant fuel. That's it. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nityananda.
Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bangalore, 562109. Contact 097422033311. www.nityananda.org. www.youtube.com/lifeblissfoundation.